All right, family. Black Power is the true power with General Sarasun said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. If you're feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description. It's in the chat. Click it. You'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. For all the members of the top two tiers, we talking about SETI Super Soldiers, we talking about BPC Boss. I'm gonna be putting in the links for the upcoming live streams for my membership. We're going to be doing scandalous word origins, still defiling our vocabulary to this day. We'll also be doing Frigga, the goddess of a witch goddess of Friday. Who the hell are we summoning? We're going to be doing that for the membership. So if you're not a member, you want to become a member soon, because it's going to be one hell of a holiday holocaust season. That's right. Ring the alarm. King said he died. I don't know how that happened, but we still in the house. Don't we still in the house? That's right. Pull the fire alarm. Where we at? Let me do it. Let me get it in here. There. Let me get it in here. Bingo. I say, damn, how the hell that happened? I don't even know what happened. It's like they just kicked me out. I say, damn, they know when the general dropping, boy, they get to doing all type of crazy shit. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasu Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies. We got the Moringa detox on deck. I want you to get on over there, get you some. We got the shea butter for your family. You know black people love their shea butter. We got it for you. The creamy shea butter straight from Africa. We got it. Natural men tonic, extra strong, vigor, vitality. We got the soursop bitters with 21 different herbs and roots for natural wellness. It's that time. We got your toothpaste, we got your black seed, the mizwak, we got necklaces, t-shirts, we got DVDs, we got everything under the sun. Get on over there, check it out, family. kingseti.com. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University. We talking about over 2,500 videos, all the subjects that you know and love from the general on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, developing the black nation one lesson at a time. The complete General SETI, Sarasun SETI website class is now in session. Get on over there and become a member today. That's right. And everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon. BPC making noise. We never come. Just dropped the other day, the fall of the sun, return of the malevolent shadow beings. Is that time? You better be looking over your shoulder, because they just might try to get you, family. You see, got to get right. And we also going to be dropping why do Europeans celebrate their most sacred holidays in the dead of winter? Something wrong with that. Our African people still possessed by the spirits of their slave masters. Gonna talk about it. The thin veil of October, escape from the other world. Family, we got some powerful lineup on Patreon. You should get over there and become a patron today. To all the family that donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate you. for supporting me. Any of the family out there would like to donate, link is on the screen in the chat in the video description. Click it, donate. I thank you ahead of time, and make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels: King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Gods who went to the underworld and returned before Jesus. See, they don't want to talk about these deities. They don't want to talk about it, because you're going to see that he's just a carbon copy of all the other deities. He's a carbon copy. See, but what? See, now we getting into my. We getting into the laws of the cosmos. It ain't just the deity is symbolic of an astronomical entity, or a particular time of year, a season, a constellation, you see, or a combination of all of that. You know, when certain stars appear, certain seasons would be coming there, just like Sirius in Egypt. When Sirius would appear, then they knew that the Nile was getting ready to flood. Okay, they knew the Nile was getting ready to flood, and it was time to bring in the harvest. They didn't have too much time, so they knew and that was the new year. So understand, so that many of these so-called gods is also astrological entities, just like Jesus is a co-op of the S-U-N. The S-O-N is the S-U-N. Okay, and so the Son of God is the S-U-N, is the Son of God. Okay, and so when they talk about many of these deities going into the underworld, what is really talking about is, many of these deities, either they going to retrieve a girlfriend, or damn they mother. Dionysus went to get his mother from the underworld. That mother, that girlfriend or wife, some of them were girlfriends, some of them were wives, some of them were mothers. They are symbolic of spring. You see what I'm saying? And what they're trying to, show that spring is coming forth again. So, that the deity is going, which is the sun, is going to retrieve spring. Okay. And so you got Dionysus, you got Orpheus, you got even Hercules. He went to the underworld. He went by the command of Zeus to retrieve Persephone, who was and she was symbolic of spring, and she was kidnapped by Hades and held captive. And while he held her captive, her mother was Demeter, who was the goddess of agriculture, and so she wept, and no food grew on the planet, and so Zeus knew he had to go and retrieve Persephone, her daughter, from the underworld, and that would be the only way that spring could come back. And so, but Hades only made a deal that she could come up for 3 months, 3 or 4 months, something like that. And those are the months of spring. So you understand that a lot of these stories about the deities is laws of nature. They're astronomical laws of nature, and we have to look up under that. Okay, we had to look up under that. But a lot of people, see, they stuck on the mythology. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with mythology if you pulling back the veil. But if you's a surface nigga and all you gonna do is read from the surface, you ain't gonna never have no understanding. You ain't gonna never have no understanding. You're not gonna know that the 12 disciples is the 12 houses of the zodiac. You're not gonna know that. You're not gonna know that that's the same formula that Jacob and the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the same. That's the same exact story. Yeah, that's the same exact story. Hermes and Hercules. That's true. And I'm gonna tell you, if you watch the movie by Disney, Hercules, the cartoon, they tell if you watch it's crazy how they reveal a lot of information in that cartoon because it show you that he went to the underworld to retrieve his girlfriend, and when he returned, not see if you don't have no knowledge of what it is, okay, if you don't have no knowledge, you won't understand the symbolisms. Whoever put that cartoon together, they understood the symbolisms. When you watch that cartoon, when Hercules went down into the underworld, you see he was just regular. But when you watch him, when he returned from back out of Hades, he's glowing. You see what I'm saying? He's glowing. It's something different, but people not gonna recognize that. You see, just like when you see Jesus and shit, when he go in the tomb, he regular. But every time they show Jesus coming out that tomb, you see these bright lights and shit. He's shining and shit. He's coming from because it's symbolic of the sun, the S-U-N. And so if you watch the cartoon and continue to watch it, you will see that Zeus offered Hercules full deity. See, he's a demigod, and people don't know what a demigod. Demigod means you got one parent that's a deity, one parent that's human. Okay, so Hercules was a demigod. Perseus was a demigod. Achilles was a demigod. And so Jesus was a demigod too, according to the book. He was a demigod. And so Zeus offered Hercules full godship, deity, offered him a place at Olympus. And Hercules turned it down. He wanted to live with his girlfriend on the planet. And so that's what he did. But you could tell that he had stars shining. He had a glow. So that's symbolic that he's also the sun. A lot of people don't know that Hercules is also Heru. Okay, when you spell it out, Heru, Heru, Hercules. You see, and so that's the sun. Okay, I want you in Herodotus clearly stated in the histories that Hercules was from Egypt. Yeah, Hercules was from Egypt. You say, but Jah was never tender about a chick. Yeah, well, that's a shame. That's a shame that Jah was never, because you gon' I mean, it's the laws of the universe. You see, it's the laws of the universe. No matter what he say. See, the thing is, when you think about Jah, you thinking about some man sitting up on some goddamn toilet stool up in the sky, sitting on the toilet stool taking prayers. See, God is energy, frequency, different elements of the cosmos. And so ain't no way the masculine gonna exist without the feminine. It just don't work like that. And I don't give a goddamn. When you say God don't got no woman and this, that, and the third, I know you's a lopsided nigga. You see what I'm saying? You's a lopsided nigga. You don't understand the laws. We understand that those are only anthropomorphic, meaning that they are contrived like Aesop fables to give you an understanding in a way, in which you deal with stories and fables and things of that nature. But up under there is the cosmic order of the universe. Okay, and so when Allah ain't got no wife, and Allah and Jehovah ain't got no woman, and Jesus and shit walked around 33 years, and they ain't saying nothing about him having a girlfriend, a wife, or nothing. There's something wrong with you niggas. Yes, yeah. It's cool. I know you're learning, but I want you to learn quickly. So I'm gonna drop the hammer heavy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't beating you up, and I'm talking to the people. You see what I'm saying? But understand that. You understand that, it shouldn't take you long, neither. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no woman, and you seeing all men, you go to a party, nigga, and you see all men, it shouldn't take you that goddamn long to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, well, you come to a party and goddamn, it's all men. It's like, nigga, what the fuck is going on with this party? You see what I'm saying? This frequency ain't right. This frequency ain't right. Go to a party and you walk in the guy and it ain't nothing but all men. Nigga, you done fucked up. You done walked in the wrong party. You in the wrong party, dog. You see what I'm saying? So any gods, you got to treat that shit it's the same frequency. I know. See, it's the same frequency. Ain't no, what you mean? Ain't gonna be no women. Ain't no what? What you say? Oh, okay. Well, that let me know up front, nigga. No need to be there. And you got to treat religions the same way. If they don't have the feminine energy in there, then goddamn it, it's a lopsided. It's a lopsided religion, and more likely is very you talking about oppressive on women and things of that nature. And when you read most of them religions, they very oppressive. Okay, but again, when we talk about these gods going to the underworld, Orpheus, and he went to the underworld, and again, and see, this is when you get these stories, and that's why I tell you about the equinoxes is when the gateway opened. This is why they had these stories. This is when they go to the underworld during these sacred times, during the equinoxes, is most of the time where you will have gods going to the underworld, entities leaving not just the underworld, but the overworld too. So, I mean, the gate ain't just for the underworld, it's for the overworld and the underworld, the benevolent and the malevolent, and just a neutral spirits could come up. So, if the gate is open, okay, and so this is when during the springtime. So, again, really, when you talk about Orpheus, you talking about Hermes, and when you look at Hermes, that's Ra. That's an aspect of Ra. Hermes is an aspect of Tahuti and Ra. When you say Hermes Trismegistus, but also when you look at Hermes with the wings on his helmet, and you see Ra, the sun disk with the wings, and the two serpents, you see the Deity, which is over the temple, the doorways of the Egyptian temples. You will see the sun disk with the wings and the two serpents, the cobras. And then you see the caduceus of Hermes, Mercury, and you will see the wings. You'll see the serpent with the wings, and you'll see the two serpents wrapped around the pole, and you'll see a small little ball above the pole, which is really the sun, but they shrunk it. You know what I'm saying? That little ball that they show you, see, but you got to understand the symbolism. So that's the sun. So Hermes went at the command of Zeus to go to the underworld to retrieve Persephone, which was symbolic of spring. Okay. And so to understand what I'm saying about these gates opening up, that the ancients knew that at these certain times of the year, the equinoxes and the solstices and in between, that there was spiritual things that that was for many was beyond the comprehension of mortal men. You had to be an adept. They had to be trained to know this science. And so we just want people to know that Jesus ain't the only one that went to the underworld and returned. Now a lot of people don't know that Ra is also one that went to the underworld. Because people don't understand that when you look up and you see Ra sailing on his bark, the celestial Nile, that's the underworld. A lot of people don't know that. That's the underworld. That Ra is selling in the underworld. Okay. And so, and he's born the next day. He comes from up under, and he comes and shines again the next day. He resurrects the next day. So again, Ra is also one of those deities that went into the underworld and returned back to the earth, back into the physical realm of the living, okay, which has been carbon copied by every, and that's why when you understand why there's so many deities that are so similar, because the astronomical law is exact. All they doing is taking, and when I say anthropomorphic, it's in the image of a human. It could be a deity, it could be Mercury, it could be Orpheus, it could be Jesus, it could be Ra. That can change based on the culture, but the science under it is the same. It's all the same, okay? Because the astronomical law is right and exact. It don't change, okay? It does not change. And so, yeah, family, for those that thought that Jesus was the only one that went to the underworld and returned, ha, ha, ha. I'm showing you that somebody didn't pull that trick off long before Jesus. So I'm sorry to tell you that. So you can go back to church this Sunday and tell your reverends, like, goddamn nigga, you've been taking a whole lot of money from me, talking about Jesus' return, and goddamn it, I done found out that there's a whole lot of other guys that did the same damn thing. I want my money back, nigga. I want my money back. I want my money back today, nigga, or I'm whooping you. Straight up, I'm tired of this shit. Hercules went to the underworld and returned too. Why you didn't tell me that? You made me feel like this nigga Jesus was somebody important. This nigga ain't nobody important. There's a whole lot of goddamn gods and shit that went to the underworld and returned. So I want y'all to wake up today. And for any of the family out there, get the book by Kersey Graves, The 16 Crucified Saviors. And it's even more than that. If you get that book, that's a classic book, and it'll give you a heads up on a lot of what I'm telling you today, family. Keep studying, keep fortifying the mind with truth. I be right black. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast. I want you to hit up some of them links. I got some links out there. Hit them up. Support the general. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.